Lijep pozdrav, dragi gledatelji.
Pred nama je novih pola sata košarke.
A u ovoj emisiji najavljujemo najveći hrvatski košarkaški derbi, a da je stvarno velik derbi od svih derbija, najveći derbi košarkaški u Hrvatskoj derbi.
Razgovarali smo i sa najvećom svjetskom košarkaškom zvijezdom koja je igrala na ovim prostorima, a da igra košarku na ovim prostorima i da je svjetska zvijezda, a mi razgovaramo s njom.
Idućeg tjedna započinje i ženska košarkaška Euroliga, najjača ženska košarkaška Euroliga koju ste ikad imali priliku pratiti na ovim prostorima u programu Sportske televizije, a da je to ženska košarkaška Euroliga.
Za početak najbolje košarkaške emisije na ovim prostorima, koja je bolja od svih najboljih košarkaških emisija na ovim prostorima, pogledat ćemo jedan košarkaški prilog o košarci na ovim prostorima. Bez blesimetra.
Malo je tko mogao pomisliti da bi nakon 4 odigrana kola na vrhu ABA lige mogla biti i Gokeja, no momčadi iz Aleksandrovca pobjedom protiv Splita u posljednjem kolu zadržala je maksimalan učinak. Cedevita je najuspješniji hrvatski predstavnik i predvodi momčadi koje su upisale 3 pobjede. Split je na polovičnom učinku, dok su Cibona i Zadar ostvarili 1 pobjedu i 3 poraza. I upravo će se ta dva kluba sastati u 5. kolu. Hrvatski se derbi igra u nedjelju u Draženovu domu s početkom u 17 sati. Kako to izgleda kad Zadar dolazi pod toranj, zna jedan bivši igrač Cibone.
Ja sam Josip Sesar, bivši košarkaš Cibone. Vidi se da Cibona još nije posložena, puno je tu novih igrača i sigurno da će trebati vremena za neko uigravanje. Iako je raspored im išao na ruku u prva ta 3-4 kola, mislim da je trebao skor biti možda malo bolje. Međutim, postoji tu i niz objektivnih razloga od ozljeda, od kasnog priključivanja nekih igrača, tako da se nadam da će Cibona iz utakmice u utakmicu biti sve bolja i bolja. Mislim da je Cibona u određenoj prednosti, da Cibona ima kvalitetni roster. Međutim, Zadar ove godine je posebno opasan na poziciji četvorke sa tim strancem kog imaju u momčadi i sa našim Barišom Krasićem koji može odigrati jako kvalitetno to. I mislim da im je glavni motor i pokretač Goran Vrbanc. Ako Vrbanc igra i zabija, ako pređe 20, onda je Zadar puno opasniji. Kao bivši igrač Cibone, pobjeda Cibone, ja?
Da, naravno da nismo zaboravili na pogled iz zadarskog kuta uoči derbi. Jedan je igrač svojim sjajnim prezentacijama dizao tornado na noge u utakmicama protiv Cibone.
Ja sam Josip Sesar, bivši košarkaš Zadra. Protiv Zvijezde odlična utakmica. U Pioniru protiv Partizana isto prvo kolo jako dobra utakmica. Mislim da su nekošarkaški razlozi utjecali na to da izgube taj meč. Mislim da su zaslužili pobijediti to. Što se tiče utakmice protiv Krke u Novom Mestu, jako loše izdanje i mislim budu li na tragu te utakmice da jednostavno nemaju šanse protiv Cibone. Pa Zadar može tražiti svoju priliku u lošoj formi Cibone i sad pitanje na koji će način odreagirati. Već sam rekao, mislim da je glavni pokretač i snaga Zadra Goran Vrbanc i sa svojim poenima. I ako on ima dobru utakmicu, mislim da i Zadar raste sa njim. Kao bivši igrač Zadra, pa lijepi moj pobjeda je Zadra.
Nedjeljni susret Cibone i Zadra privući će najviše pozornosti ljubitelja košarke u Hrvatskoj. Kolo će u petak otvoriti Crvena zvezda i dosad neporažena i Gokeja. U subotu Split dočekuje skopski MZT, dok Cedevita u ponedjeljak gostuje u Ljubljani.
I don't know. Genre, non. Lyon. Tony Parker. Yeah. Yeah. Bof. Nicolas.
Prošlog su vikenda s nadmetanjima u A1 ligi krenule i košarkašice. Uvjerljive su pobjede ostvarili Gospić, Novi Zagreb i Medveščak. Đoli je bio uspješan na gostovanju kod Trešnjevka, a Studenac i Zadar na svojim parketima. U Trnskom je sve bilo jasno već nakon par minuta utakmice. Riječki Pleter, najugodnije iznenađenje prošle sezone, protiv hrvatskog predstavnika u Euroligi nije imao nikakvih izgleda. No košarkašice iz Rijeke svoju će priliku i onako tražiti u nekim drugim susretima.
Ove sezone očekujem nekakav iskorak, pogotovo ovih mojih mlađih suigračica i ja se nadam korak po korak, utakmica po utakmica da bi to trebalo biti puno bolje. Evo sad nas čeka Medveščak doma, znači ajmo reći Medveščak isto jedna jako dobra mlada ekipa, mislim da smo tu negdje lila, da će nijanse znači nekakve presuditi i mi ćemo dati naravno sve od sebe da tu utakmicu pobjedimo.
Novi Zagreb je i prije početka sezone istaknuo kandidaturu za naslov prvaka. Tako će ekipe iz Trnskog pokušati prekinuti dominaciju Gospića. Neke bi odgovore moglo dati već drugo kolo.
Mi ćemo ići utakmicu po utakmicu, sljedeće kolo nas čeka Gospić. Gospić koji je prvak, koji igra u svojoj dvorani, koji je u svojoj dvorani favorit. Međutim, mi ćemo se nastaviti dobro pripremiti i uzeti 2 boda iz Gospića.
Prije nego započne derbi u Gospiću, prve će na parket košarkašice Splita i Ragusa. Kolo će u nedjelju zaključiti Agram i Zadar. Kod košarkaša nakon 2 kola maksimalan učinak imaju Zagreb i Đuro Đaković. Križevci predvode skupinu momčadi s pobjedom i porazom. Na začelju su osječki Sokol i Dubrovnik, koji nisu upisali još niti jednu pobjedu. U trećem kolu Kvarner dočekuje Dubrovnik. Zagreb će pobjednički niz pokušati nastaviti na gostovanju kod Arde. U Sinj stiže osječki Sokol. U nedjelju Križevci dočekuju Zabok, dok će šibenski Đoli gostovati u Slavonskom Brodu.
Bonjour, c'est la vie.
Marseille DCI, Olympique Marseille, Ptibé.
Emmanuel Petit, Laurent Blanc, Paris Saint-Germain.
Didier Deschamps. Non ce la faccio, fuori gioco Fabio Capello.
Non.
Je m'appelle Michael Gilabal, vous regardez le dunk. I started to play basketball when I was 6 years old, and I started in Guadeloupe, where I born is my island. It's French island. Yeah, it's in the Caribbean Sea. It's French island, Caribbean West Indies. I was 16 years old. I come with a Guadeloupe national team, play a tournament close to Cholet basket, you know, and then the coach saw me play at the tournament and they asked me to come in Cholet after. I was in Cholet, and I was practicing with the professional team every day, but the first time the coach put me on a game, I was surprised, and when I scored, that was fantastic. I said, damn, I can score too, damn. Yeah, I was scared a little bit because I was 18 and play against people like 24, 25, you know. That was amazing for me. How did that happen? I think Boja called my agent, and then they make the transfer. So I was re-signed with Cholet for 2 years, so this is after my agent job. So he do everything to make me go to Madrid with Boja. Young, don't know where I'm going, and then I find a friend, Mustafa Sonko. He was in Spain. He's a French guy. He was in Spain for 4 years, and he helped me so much. Then I feel great, and Boja was speak French, so everything was a little bit more easy for me. No, not too much with Marco. We was friend on the court, on practice. We was talking, but we never take time to go dinner or do something without basketball. Yeah, I go in New York for the draft, but I didn't make any workout before because with Madrid we were playing final against Victoria, and I go one day before the draft, so I go straightly to New York and then I wait first round, second round coming up, and I was picked like 48 pick second round, and I was so happy I was picked by Seattle Supersonics because I have a friend there too, Joan Petro, you know. He's a French guy, so we was together and we have so fun over there. That was so funny. He said I was not ready to go to the NBA. He wanted me to stay 1 or 2 years more in Madrid, but NBA is maybe one chance in my career, so I can't say no. It's a little bit different. They play a lot of fast break. Basketball going so fast. They're going too fast to the basket to the other one, and the difference in NBA they have a lot of game, so we're traveling a lot. Sometimes we live 2 weeks, and that was cool because we don't practice twice a day. We practice only one, and when we have time, it's for the game. You have to be ready on the time and be ready for the game because the game going so fast, and if you're not ready, you stay on the bench all night. I was playing with Ray Allen and Rashard Lewis. There was two big superstars in my team, and I play behind them, and that was so funny to learn from them because they was both All-Star game players. So I learned a lot with them, and that was cool. Great guy. He's great, funny, always. He's a superstar, but when you know him, you're never gonna say that to him because he's so cool, he's so nice. He helped me a lot too. So I think he's a good guy. I have only one, and the big one, and I tore my ACL. And when I tore my ACL, in March, and my contract was over in April, so I don't have any chance to get another contract in the NBA. So that was my big problem over there. 15 months after, and I started with the D-League in Los Angeles Defenders, and after I was playing for them only 2 weeks, and then I played summer league with Mavericks Dallas. So that was a long trip, and they didn't pick me, and then I come back in France, play to Cholet Basket. I can play with us because they have a great team when I was there, and I come in November, you know. So the team was built up, and I have to go to the team. Don't bring the team to me, you know, because I'm a team player, you know. So I'm not thinking about me. I'm thinking about team, and I find some great guys, good Americans. They think about the team. They don't think about us too, you know. So we have a great moment, and we win the French Championship at the end. Oh, that was important for me because I didn't play basketball for 18 months, and I come back for 7 months, and I was MVP to the final. So I was very happy to myself to come back to the high level. Yeah, that was my ankle. I get hurt in Lithuania with a national team, French national team. With my ankle, I stayed like 4 months out, and then I come back in Kinky, and that was a nice experience. Not that positive because I didn't play a lot, but at the end we win the Euro Cup, so I have a trophy, so it's very important in career. So, and that's it. Nothing to say about it. Danilic, good guy, good playmaker. He's a nice guy, very funny. Crescio is my guy. He's always wanna, let's go take a coffee. Every time we take the airplane, we go into the coffee, take a coffee with Matt Nelson, Chris Green. I was there too, so that was cool, very cool. Yeah, Olympic and national team, yeah. But in my career, basketball thing is for me was NBA. But with national team, yeah, it's Olympic. And if they ask me if I want to do it, I say yes. Oh, they play with a lot of confidence. They know the basketball so well, and when you watch them play, you to say, damn, that's too easy for them. But you know, when you play against them, you have to compete and never back down. After Olympic game, I was waiting to my agent call me to say one team want me, and he called me one or two times, and I said no because I want to play Euroleague. And then one day he called me and said, hey, I have a deal for you for only 3 months and a half, but you play Euroleague. And the big surprise is the head coach is Božidar Markovic. And I'm thinking about it. I said, okay, because my first year in Madrid was very, very, very good. And Boja was there, so I said, hey, let's do that. Last time I played Euroleague, I was in Madrid with Boja, so I said, okay, I take it. Now I'm here. I think they like me. I like here too. So we will see. We'll see in December. We need to play a little bit more longer, and maybe I think like in November, December will be a better team. Where's my hair? My hair was so long, then it was heavy too. So I take the decision to cut it. But now I think I'm going up like a little bit, no longer like it was to be, but a little bit more. Je m'appelle Michael Gilabal, vous regardez le Dunk.
Sljedeće srijede, 24. listopada, počinje najjače europsko žensko klupsko natjecanje. 21 ekipa kreće u borbu za naslov najbolje u Europi, a među njima se nalazi i Novi Zagreb. Ekipi iz Trnskog bit će to prvo pojavljivanje u elitnom europskom društvu, a protivnice u skupini jamče vrhunske predstave. Ruski Ekaterinburg uvijek je jedan od favorita. Osvajačice ovog natjecanja iz 2003. prošle su sezone završile na 3. mjestu, a ove žele do samog vrha. Avenida iz Salamanke prije 2 sezone osvojila naslov europskog prvaka, a u njezinim se redovima nalazi i hrvatska reprezentativka Marija Reža, do ovog ljeta poznatija kao Vrsaljka. No ponajbolja hrvatska košarkašica ozlijedila je meniskus, te će pauzirati oko 8 tjedana. Turski Galatasaray prošlu euroligašku sezonu završio kao 6. Prag već 7 sezona u nizu nastupa u ovom probranom društvu, a protivnice Lupicama bit će i Polkovice te Mondevil.
Mi ćemo tu pokušati dati isto sve od sebe, da se pokušamo što ravnopravnije nositi sa ovim najboljim europskim ekipama. No, međutim, tu nemamo nekog imperativa da se nešto mora. Tu ja mislim isto treba iskoristiti Euroligu kao razvojnu fazu za sve igrače, ove mlađe koji su došle. Tako to je jedno veliko iskustvo koje će kasnije možda iznjedriti koju igračicu i dati za reprezentaciju.
Naslov prvaka brane košarkašice španjolskog Ros Casaresa, a u prvom kolu Novi Zagreb će biti domaćin Galatasaraju uz izravan prijenos na sportskoj televiziji.
Who's that? Luis Fernandez. Sasha. Chef. No. The game style. What is that? Both.
Ajde, počni.
Neću. Francuz je rekao da si mu ti draži.
Oui. Omelette du fromage.